If Marcus Aurelius had a credit card, chances are he would have thrown it into the fire in the name of self-discipline. He was the man who ruled the most powerful empire on earth. Yet he chose to sleep on the floor, eat simple meals, and remind himself of one thing every single day. Everything in this life, including wealth, is temporary. Now imagine him standing in the middle of a 21st century shopping mall. Buy now, pay later. Offers. Algorithms following your every move. Ads that never stop appearing. And endless dopamine loops. Marcus would look around and ask the one question we've all forgotten. How did freedom become so expensive? Today we live in a world where financial chaos has become the new normal. A world where personal debt is accepted as ordinary. And discipline is often seen as something outdated. Yet nearly 2,000 years ago, one of the most powerful men in history wrote a personal guide to staying calm, rational, and grounded, even in the middle of disaster. He didn't write it for likes. He didn't write it to gain followers. He didn't write it for fame. He wrote it simply to survive. Those writings would later become known as meditations, and within those pages was a financial mindset that may be more relevant today than ever before. Marcus Aurelius was born in 121 AD into a life of immense privilege. He was educated by the finest teachers, he inherited great wealth, and eventually he ascended to the throne of the Roman Empire. But instead of becoming a tyrant, he chose to become a philosopher-emperor, deeply influenced by Stoic philosophy, a way of thinking built on virtue, moderation, and reason. Marcus trained himself to prepare for hardship, accept loss, and let go of the illusion that he could control everything. He lived through some of the darkest chapters of the Roman Empire: plagues, wars, betrayals, and economic decline. Yet despite everything, his writings never changed. They remained calm, focused, and almost unsettling in their clarity. Because his goal was never to live a comfortable life. His goal was to become the master of his own mind. At the height of the Roman Empire, when its borders stretched across continents and its streets overflowed with luxury goods from every corner of the known world, Marcus still chose a simple way of life. He warned against excessive luxury. He never trusted praise. He believed that true wealth was the virtue a person carried within, the ability to remain honest and principled even when the world seemed to be losing its mind. It's no surprise that Stoicism is making a comeback today. But there's one important problem. Many of us share Stoic quotes on Instagram, yet we almost completely ignore the very economic system Marcus was trying to protect himself from. And today, that system is more powerful than ever, and far more dangerous, because the world we live in isn't just chaotic. It's designed to keep you financially and psychologically off balance. In the United States, personal debt has reached record highs. Credit card interest rates have climbed above 20%. Financial literacy remains surprisingly low, and every digital platform you use is designed to make you spend more, compare yourself to others, and get trapped in endless dopamine-driven distractions. The result is clear. A society that looks wealthy from the outside, but lives paycheck to paycheck. More anxious than ever before. More financially insecure than ever before. And more vulnerable to manipulation than any generation before it. Today's financial system survives, not by creating real wealth, but by turning people's emotional instability into profit. This is what truly makes Stoicism revolutionary. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions, it's about refusing to let them control you, especially when it comes to money. The Stoics taught us something simple. We can't control pandemics, wars, economic crises, or the markets, but we can control how we respond to them. Every single day, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself of death, loss, and poverty, because he believed they were natural parts of life. To him, the true source of suffering was the power that desire holds over us, and self-discipline was the foundation of freedom. These weren't just a few inspiring ideas that sounded good. They were armor against the chaos of life. And if you apply these principles today, you'll find that they still work. Now imagine treating your money the same way Marcus treated power. Imagine not chasing status symbols, not panicking when the markets crash, not feeling the need to replace your phone just because your carrier offers you the latest model, and eventually realizing one simple truth. Financial freedom doesn't come from having more, it comes from needing less. This isn't just a minimalist lifestyle, it's an idea that directly challenges the modern economy, because if enough people stop unnecessary consumption, the system begins to crack. Today's economy runs on credit, consumption, and people's endless desires. Being able to say, enough, is dangerous to the system. Restraint isn't profitable, yet Marcus built his entire life around that principle. He saw luxury not as a reward, but as a test. He believed that comfort makes people weak, that a sense of entitlement corrodes the soul, and that the only true wealth is the kind that can never be taken away from you. But Marcus Aurelius would have called all of these an illusion. He would remind us that true wealth is the ability to remain unshaken, even if one day all of those things disappear. Yet that kind of strength is becoming increasingly rare. A single stock market crash can cost thousands of people their jobs. A single interest rate hike can throw an entire family's budget into chaos. And spending just a few minutes on Instagram can leave you feeling as though your life isn't enough unless you buy something new. The problem isn't just that we're financially over-leveraged, we're emotionally overexposed as well. We've come to see abundance as normal, and discomfort as something that needs to be fixed. But for the Stoics, discomfort was the training ground, where character was built. Marcus Aurelius deliberately chose to experience hardship. He slept on hard beds, skipped meals from time to time, and constantly reminded himself of one simple truth. Pain is not the enemy. Dependency is. Dependency on praise. Dependency on comfort. Dependency on outcomes. Now imagine applying that mindset to your own financial life. Instead of reacting to market volatility, you prepare for it in advance. Instead of trying to predict the future, you build cash reserves. You cut unnecessary expenses and learn to live with less. Instead of trying to out-earn your anxiety, you accept that money alone will never completely erase it. And instead of measuring success by the balance in your bank account, you measure it by the peace in your mind. That is Stoic finance. And when the world falls into chaos again, it may be the only kind of financial philosophy that truly endures.